All right, we have breaking news now. There is a police pursuit going, as you can see, on the 110 northbound in southeast LA. You can see it looks like we may have a SUV, the driver of an SUV now being pursued by officers right now. It looks like the speeds are exceptionally high, above 100 there, as you can see, now hovering around that number. A very dangerous situation here playing out as this driver is trying to escape police. I believe this may be a possible stolen vehicle want here, and that is why this pursuit has begun. Again, police, you can see in the background there, this car weaving, this SUV driver weaving in and out of traffic and trying to escape police, going very, very quickly, more than 115 miles per hour there. And oh, wow, I mean, it looks like this person barely missed the back of that car. So we're trying to keep track of exactly the speeds here, but a number of issues as police try to pursue the suspect with someone going this quick, speeding this fast down the freeway. Obviously not much traffic, but still this poses a lot of danger to drivers. We don't have a whole lot of information about who might be in this car right now. It's hard to see. Obviously, this person is going very quickly. If there's one person, multiple people, if police are concerned about the safety of somebody else who may be in the car. But right now, the suspect, you can see very clearly, trying to escape, trying to move past all of these other vehicles on the road, and looking like, at least with the traffic situation here, playing out the way it is, that, that we're not in the worst case scenario situation where there's a lot of traffic on the road and this car has a lot of area to maneuver. So that's very good there. You can see one of the cruisers behind them. We believe this is a CHP pursuit, but man, this driver is just gunning it, going upwards of, look at this, 118 miles per hour in this SUV. Wonderful. All right, we have Dave Avila on the phone, a retired LAPD pilot. Always so wonderful to have you with us, Dave. Can you break it? I mean, this is going. I mean, obviously we see these pursuits go at high speeds, but this is really excessive.
Hello, Tom. Yeah, I'm afraid it is. It's a horrible way to start off the 24, but this is, this guy was going so fast before. It was the sheriff's division, I believe it was Century, who had it. Lost it, and CHP got it. So it's been going back and forth. So CHP obviously found it, got back involved. And the reason is because of the excessive speed. And as you had referred to as far as the traffic goes, yeah, I'd rather see it's no less dangerous, of course. But, at least when it's on the freeway, we don't have to worry about pedestrians or anything like that.
Right.
But, and what gets me is that this is a RAV Toyota, so it's really moving out. So who knows how much gas he's got on this thing or how far he's going to go. But he obviously has just total disregard for the public safety. Right,
and when you're going to your point, when you're going that quickly, you're obviously burning through fuel a lot more quickly, and obviously our speedometer gauge here is a bit of an estimation, but certainly these speeds are so quick. What is the protocol now, though, when you have a driver who's willing to go at speeds this quickly, this rapidly? Obviously, do they pull back a little bit to sort of maybe calm this person down? Because obviously, the more speed we have, the more potential for a catastrophic accident.
Right, and that's what happened before. That's why they went ahead and they pulled off, because it gets to the point where you have to weigh the difference between chasing this person and then the danger to the public. And so the reason you pulled off is it's actually trying to de-escalate the situation. Hopefully, when you pull back, the driver, the intensity, his nerves, if you want to say, just start calming down and he'll slow down.
Right.
With this individual, it hasn't happened. So what you do, it's just up to the watch commander or the incident commander. Once they find it, if we go back in pursuit of it. And then obviously they decided that it's better just to continue the pursuit. And that's, like we all say, the reason I like doing this, Tom, is because the public can see this, and I know that some of your viewers are calling people if they're out there because it is New Year's Eve day.
Yeah.
They might be coming back and forth, but once we get that air unit overhead, we're going to be pretty much locked into it here.
Right. And, we always have this sort of checklist of questions when we end up in these situations when these suspects are trying to get away. Of course, most of the time, these pursuits end with the person driving, under arrest. But you look at the driver here and you wonder, they can see the spotlight. They know they're being chased, and still they're going at these exceptionally high speeds, very dangerous. And look how closely this person is driving by these other vehicles. I mean, one sharp turn, and this could turn catastrophic in moments, in seconds, really.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why, usually I'll just say, and this is my own thinking, it's not the department, I'm retired. It's what I always say. If that happens to me, if I'm a pedestrian or in a vehicle on a freeway and I see this coming up behind me, I'm just going to hold on to the steering wheel, stay on my lane, because you had what you referred to. This guy's going so fast. If he clips anybody, it's going to be horrible, not just for him, but for these poor citizens that are out there. And it's as far as his driving. I mean, that's the whole thing that started this thing. It was just reckless DUI type driving under the influence. They are intoxicated. They're not real sure, but that's what got their attention on it.
Yeah. And obviously, we also kind of go through a checklist of questions too. And by the way, I'm joined by KCAL news anchor Susie Saw here. Obviously at these speeds, you can't do a pit maneuver. There's not a whole lot you can do in terms. Oh, we have this person pulling over.
Yeah, looks like we're slowing down here.
Yeah. Is
this the first time we're talking about this? Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yes.
Full
Hello,
stop.
Susie.
Yeah.
Hi there, Dave. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Hi.
And if you're just joining us here on KCAL News at 9, this is breaking news. Alongside Tom Wade, I'm Susie Suh. We also have Dave Avila on the phone, a retired LAPD pilot. And as we're watching right now, this car just coming to a stop after a brief chase, not too long, for about 15 minutes or so, I'd say.
Right. A real about face here too, Susie, because we saw this guy was flying down the road. Now he's, coming out with his hands. I mean, I don't know, maybe he was running out of gas.
Maybe
Who knows?
he was and thought, you know what, I might as well just cut my losses now and just bring it to a stop here.
You're racking up the felonies the further you go, right?
Yeah, but it looks like he is obeying those orders. Dave, what kind of orders are they yelling out right now?
Well, right now you're going to have one of the officers that'll give out the orders and have him, step out of the vehicle, open up the door from the outside, which he did, and then after having him step out, pull his jacket up so they can check and see that you're seeing there. And then afterwards, they'll call him back. Now, remember, we're not, with those blacked out windows, we're not sure if there's anybody else in there. We're not sure if there's any weapons involved. If he's running from the police at these speeds, there may be another reason why he's running. He may be a two-striker looking at 3 and maybe committed some other type of crime. So they'll eventually have to clear that vehicle. They got him in custody. They're shaking him down, making sure no weapons. And then, of course, now the procedure is going to be to cautiously approach that vehicle and clear it.
And, we go through this kind of checklist we were talking about, Susie. You wonder, as
there's more people in there.
As Mr. Avila was telling us, but why are they running? And then we find out, like he said, there could be a criminal history.
Sure.
There could be other felonies we don't know.
Something more
there's
serious
someone else in there.
than this suspected DUI offense. And as we're noticing here, a second person coming out of this car. So, in fact, there was a passenger sitting in the back seat. And the driver actually, when we talk about DUI cases and the end of pursuits, we usually see them wobbling around a little bit while they're walking back towards officers, but that wasn't the case. It looked like they were obeying those orders pretty well and got into the patrol car and was arrested. And it looks like the second person doing just the same now.
Now the question is there a third person?
Right.
We don't know.
Which we often see.
Right.
Right.
You got to check that back seat, and then they got to open up the back hatch just to see. So they're talking to them right now, the suspects, and they're asking them things like, okay, who else is in there? Is there any weapons in there? Is there anything is there anything in that vehicle that's going to hurt me? Type of thing. And then once they clear that, and you take it for what it's worth, but eventually they are going to have to go up there and clear that vehicle. But as you can see now, it's under control. So they can take their time. They don't have to rush. And
now, of course, we were talking about this at the beginning of this pursuit. Is these almost always end the same way. The suspect giving up, and then you have to wonder, well, what changed here? They were, for a stretch of several minutes, going above speeds of 115 miles per hour, and then all of a sudden, poof, about face.
Sure, because oftentimes we see them taking this to the end,
right.
Tom and Dave, as we often see, right? Till they run out of gas, till they're flat on both tires, sparks flying out, both ends. We've seen that as well. So, all kinds of different endings to pursuits, but certainly, as Dave was mentioning, this is a very delicate process at the end because we don't know, the state of mind of the driver nor the passengers inside this car, and it looks like they are going to be clearing that car here pretty soon as they took 2 people out of that car. We thought originally there might be just one driver, but looks like there was someone in the back seat there.
Okay. Well, there we have it. Police, obviously there's a traffic nightmare there. Lots of people, probably trying to get home from whatever holiday event they may have been going to. I believe this was on the 110 and then the 10 connector, maybe. I don't have the exact map up there right now, but I believe that's where it was. It looks like, obviously a stretch of road now, just a complete nightmare for drivers on the first day of the new year. I'm sure everyone trying to get home or, to wherever they were going. Dave, thank you so much for joining us. And Susie Suh, thank you for helping us get through the end of this pursuit. Looks like we've wrapped this one up.